of May and that summer is just in a couple of weeks. What? This year has flown by so fast. And before we get to story time, I want your parents to know about summer reading. It's called Tales and Tales this year, so it's all about animals. And today's story time is going to be all about animals because we got to prepare ourselves for the awesomeness that is summer reading, okay? For summer reading, kids can earn prizes and treats for reading books, okay? It's super easy, super simple. We have both online forms, so you can get on our website. You can find a link to register your child for summer reading and do the whole thing online. You can also drop by the library during our open hours and pick up a paper form, a paper reading log. Either way you do it, your kids will still get prizes and treats for reading stories. This year, I'm actually really excited because we are partnering with Page Turner Adventures. They are a couple who are professional actors, and they are going to provide all of our programming this summer. Let me tell you, I've seen some of it, and it's awesome, okay? This programming this year is going to be so cool. It's going to be completely free. All the videos will be available on our website and on our Read Square, which is where our online reading log is. So in a couple of weeks when we start with summer reading, you can register and you get on there and you can see all the fun stuff that we have planned for the summer. It's going to be awesome, believe me. Well, like I said, because this summer's summer reading program is Tales and Tales, animals. Today's story time is going to be all about wild animals that you see in the wild. So today is going to be really fun. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and stand up and let's do our hello song. So I want you to stand up and sing dance with me, okay?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can you clap your hands? Hello, hello. Can you clap your hands? Can you stretch up
Stretch it
high?
out.
Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Can you stamp your feet? Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can you stamp your feet? Can you stretch up high?
Stretch it out.
Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Can you clap your hands? Hello, hello. Can you stamp your feet?
Good job. Well, like we always start our story time, of course, we're going to start off with learning how to say wild animal in both Spanish and American Sign Language. In American Sign Language, the word wild can be kind of a difficult sign to do, and so we're just going to learn how to say the word animal, okay? For the word animal, you're going to put your fingertips, make them straight against your chest like this, and you're going to kind of lean them toward each other like this. Kind of like imagine a bird who's kind of starting to flap their wings. Lean them toward you like this. That is animal in American Sign Language. Like this. In Spanish, to say the phrase a wild animal, it is animal. That's how you say the word animal in Spanish, animal, salvaje. Salvaje is the word wild. So say the phrase wild animal, animal salvaje. Can you say it with me? Say animal salvaje. Good job. Well, before we get started with our first story, I have some questions for you, and I want to see how well you know your wild animals. So I'm going to give you guys some clues about some animals, and I want you to guess and figure out what they are, okay? So our first one is, these animals are big and gray, and they have trunks that like to swing and sway. So what animal do we know that's big and gray and has a trunk that likes to swing and sway? What is it? Could it be an elephant? Yes, yes it can be an elephant right there. Okay, let's try this again. What about animals whose bananas are their favorite things and they like to chatter as they swing? So what animal loves bananas? And it's actually a true fact, they really love bananas. And they like to chatter and swing all over the trees. Do you know what they are? Could it be a monkey? Yes, it can be a monkey. All right. What about animals? They're usually bark and they're usually color brown and they have flippers and like to swim around. So what animal likes to bark? Well, the obvious answer is a dog. And this animal likes to bark and it's the color brown and it has flippers and likes to swim around. The last time I saw a dog, it didn't have flippers. So instead of a dog, could it be a seal? Very good. Yes, it is a seal. Okay. What about animal? This is kind of a really big cat. They have a mane and they like to roar like that. So what animal has a big fluffy mane and he likes to roar? What animal do you think it is? Could it be a lion? Roar! Although I'm sure lions can roar better than I just did, but you know, hey, it's a lion. What about an animal that's really long and likes to slither through the grass and it likes to hiss whenever you come close to it? What animal is long and likes to slither? Could it be a snake that likes to slither through the grass and hiss? Yes, I believe that it's a snake. And last but not least, what is an animal that likes to climb trees and whose favorite snack is honey? And oftentimes you can find them in the river snacking on tasty fish. What animal likes to climb trees and likes honey and snacks on tasty fish? Could it be a bear? Yes, it can be a bear. Good job. Let's get on to our first story. All right, for our first story, we are going to read Fox and the Bike Ride by Corey R. Tabor. This is about a very adventurous fox who decides to take his friends on a little trip. Let's see what happens. It was the morning of the bike ride, the annual Tour de Tip Top, slow and steady, there and back bike ride, plus snacks. The other animals were very excited. Fox was not. Every year it was the same thing. They rode up the tallest hill, ate snacks at the tip top, and rode right back home again. They saw the clouds. They saw the ocean. They saw the tall, tall trees. It was slow. It was steady. It was boring. Fox wanted adventure. Fox wanted action adventure. Fox wanted danger action adventure. Fox wanted high-flying, deep-sea diving, danger action adventure on a bike. Oh, and snacks. Fox wanted those too. Aha, said Fox. I know just the thing. Uh-oh, what is Fox gonna do? After breakfast, it was time to prepare for the bike ride. Rabbit was in charge of plotting the course. Let's see, Rabbit is marking the places where they're gonna go. Frog was in charge of photography. Turtle was in charge of safety, making the helmets. Elephant was in charge of carrying stuff. She had the biggest backpack. She was also in charge of team spirit. She had the biggest heart. And Bear was in charge of snacks. Let's see, so far he has leaves for Elephant, carrots Rabbit, flies for Frog, honey for Bear, worms for Turtle, and he's trying to catch chickens for the fox. And Fox? Well, Fox was in charge of the bikes. So here are the perfectly good bikes. He takes them apart. Oh no, what is Spot's gonna do? Let's see, Fox's bike checklist. He needs wheels, he needs the frame, he needs gears, pedals, and seats, he needs chain, he needs the handlebars, and he needs the secret red button. Shh. What's the secret red button gonna do? Oh man. There. Everything was ready. Let the bike ride begin. Whoa, look at this bike. It has seats for everyone, 2 wheels, pedals for everyone, and of course, the secret red button. The animals went over and over and over, and up they go, and up the mountain. They pedaled to the tip-top of the tallest hill where they always stop for snacks. Right there. But they did not stop because they could not stop because Fox forgot the brakes. Oh no! Fox! And boink! Fox presses the red button. What is going to happen to all the animals? Chunk. The animals saw the clouds that go boom. Would you look at that, said Turtle. High flying into the clouds with the elephant hanging on with the trunk. They saw the tall, tall trees. Bravo, said Rabbit. Bear was speechless. They saw the ocean. Ooh, said the frog. Ah, said the elephant. Wuck, said the chicken. And there go the wings of the bike. And they forgot all about being mad at Fox, except for Elephant, who never forgot, but was quick to forgive. Gurgle, glub, burble, said the animals, which probably means best bike ride ever. Or maybe it means sharks! Oh no! With a chicken up here and an umbrella. Suddenly, it was all danger and action and adventure. Flash! Zoom out of the water, over the penguin selling goldfish, who jumped back into the water, and snacks. Finally, it was snacks. Well, not for Fox, because his snack was nowhere to be found. Over there, the umbrella. Said the animals, which almost certainly means best bike ride ever. It was the evening of the bike ride, the first annual Tour de Tip-Top High-Flying Deep-Sea Diving Danger Action Adventure Bike Ride. The other animals were plumb full and very sleepy. Fox was not, because Fox found his snack. The end. All right, I have a question for you. What is your favorite wild animal? So I'm not talking about your dog or your cat, because obviously my cat is obviously the best animal in the world. There is no argument there. What is your favorite wild animal? Like if you were to go to the zoo, or you were to go on safari in the jungle, or wherever you want to go in the world, you want to see a wild animal, that you're probably an animal that your parents are not going to let you keep as a pet. What is your favorite one? Well, one of my favorite animals is always going to be a bear, but I also love kangaroos just because they are usually so cute to watch kangaroos jumping around, and they're so furry looking and they're just adorable. So I want you to stand up and we're going to do a fun rhyme about a kangaroo. Okay? So, jump, jump, jump goes the kangaroo. I thought I saw only one, but it turns out I saw two. Mama and her baby with his head poking out, holding on tight while they jump all about. Good job. You want to do it again? Okay. So, jump, jump, jump goes the kangaroo. I thought I saw only one, but it turns out I saw two. Mama and her baby with its head poking out, holding on tight as they jump all about. Good job. For our next rhyme, we are going to actually pretend that we are on a safari. You can pick in the jungle or in the savannah, because I'll be honest, some of the animals in our jungle safari are not actually all going to be in the same place. Okay, so some of them you might find in the jungle, but others you might find on a savannah in Africa, somewhere in Africa, okay? So, but I still want you to stand up with me and we're going to pretend to be the animals that we find. All right, so first on our safari, we find giraffes that are so tall with necks so long. Oh, they're so tall. While elephants have trunks that are big and strong. Zebras have stripes and gallop away. And monkeys in the trees do sway. Old crocodile swims in a pool so deep, or he lies in the sun and goes to sleep. Let's go on to our next story. For our next story, we're going to read about a cute little otter who has a slight snoring problem. It's called Stop Snoring, Bernard by Zachariah Ahura. So we're going to see if this cute little otter can stop snoring. Bernard loved living at the zoo. He loved mealtime, playtime, and best of all, nap time. I mean, who doesn't love nap time? I love nap time. But there was one little problem. Bernard snored loudly. One afternoon at nap time, Grumpy Giles had had enough. Snore somewhere else, Bernard, he said. Poor Bernard. Bernard tried sleeping in the lake, but that didn't work. Stop snoring, Bernard. Man, he's even too loud for the alligators. He tried sleeping in the fountain, but that didn't work either. Stop snoring, Bernard. He even tried sleeping in a puddle, but that really didn't work either. Stop snoring, Bernard. Poor little Bernard. He even got water on that time. Bernard was sad and lonely. He found a tucked away place, curled up by himself, and drifted off to sleep. The other animals missed Bernard. They searched for him all through the night. Bernard! 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 The next morning, Bernard woke up and saw hundreds of bats on the ceiling. "Excuse me," he said. "How did you sleep with all my snoring?" "We didn't," replied the bat. "We were out all night. Now we're trying to sleep. So please don't snore here." Bernard felt terrible. There wasn't any place he could sleep without bothering somebody. He trudged toward the zoo gates, but then he heard something. Oh, he's crying. It was the other otters. "We couldn't sleep without you," said Grumpy Giles, "and I'm sorry I yelled. Please come back." Aww. And from that day on, everyone napped happily. Well, almost happily. "Good night, Bernard." He's off snoring again. The end. All right, for our next rhyme, I'm going to tell you guys the story of Dear Zoo, written by Rod Campbell. And it's a story about the time when I wrote to the library, when I wrote to the zoo and asked them to send me an animal that I can have for a pet. So, the first animal the zoo sent me was what animal is this? It's an elephant, but he was too big, so I sent him back. So then the zoo sent me what animal is this? You're right, it's a giraffe, but he was too tall. He couldn't fit in my house, so I sent him back. Then the zoo sent me what animal was this? Yes, it's a lion, but he was too fierce, so I sent him back. Then the zoo sent me what animal is this? You're correct, it's a camel, but he was too grumpy. He kept spitting at me, so I sent him back. Then the zoo sent me what animal is this? Yes, it's a snake, but he was too scary, so I sent him back. Then the zoo sent me a monkey, but he was too naughty and he kept eating my bananas, so I sent him back. Then the zoo sent me a frog, but he was too jumpy. He wouldn't sit still long enough for me to cuddle with him, so I sent him back. So the zoo thought very, very hard, and they were going to give me the most perfect animal I could ever want. So, what animal do you think they gave me? Yep, you're right. They gave me a dog, and I loved him, so I kept him. The end. For our last story, we are going to read a very funny story. It's called A Bear Sat on My Porch Today, written by Jan Yolen, and art by Rilla Alexander. What do you do if a bear sits on your porch? Well, it looks like this little boy is going to have to find out. So we have the house. And a bear decides to sit on the porch of the house to make himself at home. A bear sat on my porch today and wanted to stay and wanted to stay. A bear sat on my porch today and wouldn't go away. I mean, why go away when the chairs are so comfortable? What should I do? Boo-shoo! Growl, no, I won't go. Okay, you can stay. Just don't scare my mommy. A squirrel sat on my porch today, his fur all gray, shaggy and gray. What should I do? Boo shoo! A nut and a seed is what I need. Okay, you can stay. Only get away from my feeders. A squirrel sat on my porch today and wouldn't go away. A skunk sat on my porch today and started to spray. Phew, phew, boo shoo. Just some perfume to clear the room. Okay, you can stay, though you definitely can't come inside the house. A skunk sat on my porch today and wouldn't go away. So now we have a bear, a squirrel, and a skunk. A smelly skunk, at least. A possum sat on my porch today and started to play. A possum sat on my porch today. Boo shoo, what should I do? Play dead, or sing instead? Okay, you can stay. Just don't squeak too loudly. She brought her family, 8 in all, a passel of possums. Oh, what a sprawl. A raccoon sat on my porch today and wanted to play. What should I do? Boo shoo. Glad you asked. Grab a mask. Okay, you can stay. Just don't wake the babies. That raccoon sat on my porch today. He just wouldn't go away. So we have a possum, a skunk, a squirrel, a bear, and a raccoon, and all the baby possums right there. A moose sat on my porch today. The porch began to shift and sway. What should I do? Boo shoo. It may seem absurd, but you're my new herd. Okay, you can stay. But 1 meal a day is all you get. A moose sat on my porch today and wouldn't go away. A jay sat on my porch today, a bright blue jay, a loudmouth jay. Boo shoo, what should I do? Squawk, squawk, no rough talk. A jay sat on my porch today and wouldn't go away. It's a lot of animals for this porch. Wait, look out! Crash! Smash! Oh no! Oh, help. It looks like there were too many animals on the porch. Bear grabbed a broom, squirrel a pail, skunk carted over a hammer and nail, possum bought wood from a barn and shed, and raccoon splashed paint green and red. Moose gave the floorboards a very good shine, and then it was time for us to dine. So, we'll do this in a second. So, I made lunch for my hard-working bunch, except of course that loudmouth jay, because he'd already flown far away. Look at this huge porch he has now. Let's see here. We have the moose eating watermelon, the squirrel eating all kinds of acorns and nuts. We have blueberries and pineapple, and corn and tomatoes and bread and honey. And little plants for the skunk. That is a big porch for all the animals. And look, now they're all full and happy, and there's plenty of room for everyone to be on the porch together. Everybody, welcome. The end. Thank you so much for joining me for today's story time. I hope you had as much fun exploring all the different wild animals out there as I did. Let's see, we talked about elephants and kangaroos and monkeys and bears and seals and snakes. We got to go with Fox on his amazing bike journey, and we learned what happened if you have a bear who sits on your porch and a bunch of other animals come sit on your porch. We even got to help an otter with his snoring. I think we had an awesome story time today. But now it's time for us to go. So go ahead and stand up and let's do our goodbye rhyme together, okay? So, I think it's time we've got to go. So wave your elbows and wave your toes. Wave your knees and wave your nose. Wave your lips and blow me a kiss from your fingertips. Wave your ears and wave your hair. Wave your hips and wave your derriere. Wave your fingers way up high and wave a hand to say goodbye. Bye everyone. I hope to see you again soon.